What's up, friends? Welcome back into Movement Parallels Life and another episode of the Daily Dose. Today, I'm taking you through a general movement circuit that's going to combine strength, mobility, and core connection. Let's jump right into things today, starting with wrist rolling. We're spending about a minute here stretching the hands and mobilizing the wrists. Follow along with me as we go through some palm lifts, rocking, backhand stretching, and open palm stretching, or just go with any of your favorite wrist prehab movements. When you hear the beep, check the screen because we're changing patterns. Next, we're moving on to half-kneeling step-outs. Set up a strong, stable half-kneeling position and then begin shifting your weight forward and backward and repositioning that front leg at different angles to change the stretch. You can alternate sides or I'll cue you when to switch. Switch sides. And now we'll build on the step outs by adding a half kneeling get up. Perform all your reps on the right side and we'll double back in a few minutes to get the left side. Make sure that your feet are rooted into the ground, your core braced, and your upper body in good postural alignment. With strength and stability, rise up to standing, and you can add in a single leg balance or a jump. Rise up to standing, and next we'll transition into 1 minute of single leg balancing on the right side. This is all about getting those stabilizing muscles to fire, so add a lot of movement to your single leg balancing. During this minute, I'm working with leg swings, ground touches, hip openers, and leg lifts, each for about 6 reps. Work the variations and the range of motion that works best for you. All right, that's time, and now we're going to switch legs. Lower back down to the ground and back to the half-kneeling get-ups on the left side. Don't rush through these movements. Make sure that your lower body, particularly your knees, stay in alignment through the entire range of motion. With your core braced and your upper body set with good posture, you can explore all the different angles of this technique. Step out laterally, diagonally, or across your body. Just make sure that you're keeping your center of gravity over your base of support. This is going to allow you to rise up to standing with strength and balance. Get up one last time and transition right into your single leg balancing on the left side. Feel how balance takes effort. You're not just passively standing on one leg hoping for the best, but you're actively pressing into the ground using your foot, lower and upper leg, and hip to create stability. Focus on the variations that make you work. Enjoy the burn and breathe through it. That's time. Shake your legs out quick and then set up a wide stance. We're going into squat lateral shifting. Shift your weight to one side as you sit down into your hips. You can pitch your torso forward and bring your hands to touch the ground for additional support as you ease into this movement. Continue shifting your weight from side to side, either staying low or rising up between reps. As always, work with the variations and within the range of motion that works best for you. Be kind to your body and pay attention to how you're moving. You might notice that your spine is rounding a little bit or your heel is creeping up off the ground. That's all good. Just know that that's happening and maybe back off the range of motion just slightly to achieve a stronger, more stable position. Feel your muscles stretch and your joints open and support the stretch with soft strength and deep breathing. Now plant your hands and come down to a crawl position. Next up, we've got crawling transitions. For a good crawling position, keep your knees low to the ground, your spine long, and your hips and head at the same level. Pick up your opposite hand and foot. Rotate towards the hand that you lifted, allowing your free leg to pass underneath your body. Rotate all the way through with control to come to an inverted crawl. Pause for a moment and then reverse the path and go back to your standard crawl. Alternatively, you can do this step over transition. Start in your base crawl, lift one leg and reach it across your body to flip over to inverted crawl. Both techniques are valid, but they'll be useful in different situations and challenge your body in different ways. Sit your hips to the ground. Next up, we've got rotational rocking. This is a fun movement, but get some core work in while you're at it. The key is to keep your abdominals braced so you stay compact. Start in a seated position and rock back at an angle to rotate a few degrees. Keep repeating this until you make a full 360. As you get more adept with this movement, you can start to challenge yourself more by keeping your rocking actions smaller. You can also rock up and try to balance on your hips in a V-sit position. All right, next we're moving on to side sit hip switches. This is another great movement for some core work as well as hip mobility. From your side sit position, kick your back leg forward to generate some spinning momentum. Switch your leg position while your legs are out in front of you, and then wrap your leg back behind you to complete the transition. Keeping your abdominals braced and staying low to the ground will challenge your core and allow you to perform these switches faster. That's time. Now transition into a forearm plank position. Keep an open stance with your pelvis tucked and your glutes and legs strong. With a strong plank setup, you might choose to add in some alternating reaching. Extend one arm into a forward reach. Sweep the arm overhead, following your hand with your eyes, allowing your body to slightly rotate. With control, lower your arm back down to the forward reach and then set it down, switch sides. That's time. Now lower your hips to the ground and press up to a spinal extension for a few deep breaths. Flip onto your back, and for our final movement today, we've got bridging. Press the soles of your feet into the ground and drive your hips up to the sky. Keep your pelvis level and your lower back long. Hold the position. Perform an alternating single leg bridge march. Or try this third variation of adding a straight leg hip abduction to the bridge march. That's time. Great work. That's a wrap on another episode of The Daily Dose. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to come move with me. If you enjoyed this short practice, please make sure to give me a follow on Instagram and on YouTube, and stay tuned because I will have more movement goodness coming your way very shortly. In the meantime, take good care of yourself and keep on moving.